For this test for live Q&A. I try this for the first time, so let's see how it goes. I tried to do it from my computer, but it didn't really work. So I will test from. I will test this from my phone, actually. Okay. I try to see if the chat is working. Let me know if you have any question. You can write them on the chat. But I do it from my phone, so I hope I can see most of the question and things. So first, little detail, I will, it's Christmas soon, so I will make little present. If you share on your Facebook one of my video, your favorite video, if you share it on your Facebook and you tag me in, I will make you win this pair of skate. It's a Pulse Trinity 3x125. And don't forget to tag me in when you share the link. And if possible, put the video you prefer from the last 2 years. And it's a size 43, and it's a Trinity skate 3x125. And for the 25 December, I will tell who won this pair of skate. So feel free to share this on your network. If you have any question, you can go. I hope I can see the question actually on my phone. Not sure it's working. So you're already 20 people so far. Kylian is there. Your favorite is Super Leg. Okay, Super Leg is working quite good. Actually, I can see in the data from the channel how many people is kind of doing it. So I can see it's quite used. Like I think there is like 3 or 4 people who do it today. I've seen 2 people doing some Super Leg this morning, and in the evening there is some more doing. Hello, one question about the power box. Okay, let's go for the question from Echo Lambe. Have a question about power box from Dubai. Cool. So let me know your question in the text. So it's getting a bit slow because I'm not sure I can read the question straight, but let's try it. Okay, so Echo is probably writing his question. I don't know if I see it. Okay, how can you generate the force? So the force is really, it's mainly a feeling that you have to create between what's going on under your foot and the wheels and the ground. So the wheels is the transition between the ground and what's going on under your foot, and it will give you some feedback about the quality of the pressure. If you cannot generate pressure with the ground through your wheels and through what's going on under your feet, you don't really apply a lot of force. So there was a video about it where you see a graphic where you can see the pressure under the foot. I cannot remember which video it was, but it's quite a long time ago. I think it's more than 1 year ago now. And the more you can put a pressure under your foot, the easier you will feel the pressure in the ground. So if you cannot generate this pressure under the foot, even if you are a very powerful skater, you will not have a very strong push. So the first idea is to generate this push, this pressure under the foot. For this, you can use how much you push on your leg, but also you have to put the body weight the position of your body and use your body weight to generate this pressure. If you're pushing hard and that you feel that your leg is going fast away from you, that means you don't really have good pressure. If you can feel you can push strong and push slowly to the side, down and to the side, then it's probably that you generate enough pressure. So the feeling you need to look is really what's going on under your foot. Alors, just wanted to ask that I'm going for Power Slide Icon Wind. Is it worth going for? I'm not sure. I have to check which one is the Power Slide Wind. I think if it's the last one, if it's the black and white one, I never test this one yet. So I'm not sure I can answer good to this question. I would need more time and get the opportunity to test these shoes. Question is 125 better than 110? So it's a good question because as you can see, there is still many people who can win also some marathon with 110, especially in the girls' races. So sometimes the 125 are better when there is big straight line, when the pavement is very smooth, you can go very fast on 125. If there is a lot of turn, if the road is quite bad, if there is some uphill, I think the 110 can still be much faster. So depend of the race course. The body loop, the super, it's going very fast away. Which is frame is best according to you? There is many different frames that are good. I like the Triple X from Power Slide. I really like also the EOS Skate for the carbon. So if you have to choose aluminum or carbon, if you prefer carbon, I would suggest to go on EOS Skate. If you prefer the aluminum frame, I would go on a Power Slide Triple X. It's quite stiff, and I like this feeling. So it gives a good things for the push. So I'm sorry I cannot see all the question because it's going kind of super fast. Yeah, I can come back. Okay, that's good. So the body weight on the leg that push. Yeah, well, about the question before, you have to put the body weight as much as possible on the pushing leg, so you get more pressure on your skate. Which frame is better to you? For me, my favorite frame is the Triple X. That's what I was telling. It's really the one I like most. Before, I liked a lot the Icon frame when I was skating on 110 because it was a bit narrow in the front, so it was super fast for edge to edge, and I really liked it on the track. But for the marathon and because of the stiffness, I like more the Triple X at the moment. What are the best race? I could read something about it. What are the best race for 12-year-old boy? When you're young, what's important is to learn to go fast. So the best race for me is to try to compete on a short distance race. So depend of the skills of the skater, depend also of the physical facilities for the skater. But when you're young, I would suggest to do a lot of sprint race and race where you can find some acceleration. Because when you're fast, you can also be good on long distance later. And when you're only good on long distance, it's a problem later in most of the race. So I suggest to try to do as many short races as possible when you're young. When are you floor skate around the city with even surface? What wheels do you use? I like to use most of the time always some racing wheels. Like at the moment I use some G13, and I like the racing wheels because they have a very good rebound, they roll much better. So as much as I can, I try to use racing wheels. It's so much pleasure and it's so much easier to skate on those compared to like classic wheels. They are rolling much more less, the other ones, they have less rebound, so I'm skating less good with classic wheels, but racing wheels are really the best even for skating in the city. Would you do a video of different exercise for training? Now I'm studying and working and I can't anymore train with a team, so I have to do it myself. You mean exercise for training off skate or with skates? If it's off skates, I start the series with the super legs. So first one was how to improve low position. I will try to do some more when I have time. Maybe before the end of this month, I will get opportunity to do one more super legs exercise. And about inline training, also depend of the meteo at the moment. It's raining quite much at the moment, so I don't have so much opportunity to go skate and make videos. But I try to do videos also with the opportunity I got in my life. Like I take the opportunity, so I don't really make a plan of what I will film or not. But I start to do it with the Super Lake. So easiest video for now is to use the Super Lake program. It's a skate-off video. It's quite hard. When you do 2 series, it's already quite good. 3 series, it's really good. But I will try to do more video about this when I get more opportunity. Would you recommend? So there are so many questions, so I try to follow a little bit, but it's not easy. Would you recommend custom mold boot or non-mold boot? Okay, for sure the custom boot are much better. Like it's 2 different worlds. I wanted last year to make a video of a marathon with a standard boot and a marathon with a custom boot to evaluate how much difference there is exactly. I will try to do this later in the year because now it's winter time, but custom boots are so much faster. Like when you skate, what's really important, there is 2 very important points. You need to be aware of the quality of your movement. So the question the guy asked before about the feeling under the foot to the ground, this is one point. And then the precision of the movement is super important. So when you have custom shoes, you directly upgrade a lot the precision of the movement. I have a kind of scale to describe this precision. People, they will be aware of the movement with something like 10 centimeters. This is really not precise enough for skating. Even 1 centimeter's precision when you describe a movement is too big. So I like to describe the movement with like 1 millimeter precision. So this is like when you land your skate, if you put your skate 1 millimeter away from what you want, it's already a big deal, a big difference. And custom shoes help you to get this quality of precision during the move. So you can skate good on standard shoes, but going on a custom will make a huge difference. Not only in the speed, but also on the pleasure you will get to find the right feeling on the skates. I got first low cut boots. And yeah, for me, low cuts boots are very difficult to skate, but it depends also how high is your ankle. So I have a quite high ankle, so I really need some high cut shoes. Some people have low cut shoes that can work. You have to check how low is your ankle compared to other people. I don't know, I try to look if I didn't miss too many questions. It's not easy to find tips, question from Michael, to find tips for skate training. So I look running training. So it's going away. So it's going too fast, maybe too many questions. I try to find back. Whoa. So I lost the question from Michael, sorry. Quite difficult to do this on my phone. Okay, so when we talk about distance for running during training, should you double the distance for skating? It's quite difficult to tell this, depending on how good you run or not. Actually, I don't suggest so much to run for skating because it's something about you get a lot of rebound and you learn your muscle to rebound. And when you skate, your muscle, they don't really use the rebound, so if you have opportunity, it's better to bike compared to running. But the problem of biking is that it takes much more time for training. So you need to go for 2 hours on more sometimes. So when you skate 1 hour, it's already good. And when you run, I'm not really a big specialist of running, even if I try to run a little bit, maybe 1 time a week, I try to run. And when I run 40 minutes, I'm quite happy. But if you're a good runner, I think you can easily go to 1 hour or something around 10K. So I try to find some more question. What's your favorite present for Christmas? Favorite present? Something about skating, of course, or something about camera. Since I do all the video, I'm really interested in all the camera stuff to try to make the video a little bit better. So I have one question from Zephyris. Let's see if I can read this good. Is there a difference between technique on an outdoor track and indoor skating? Yes, if you're speaking about indoor in US, it's also something specific because the indoor in US is super grippy. If you're speaking about the indoor in Europe or probably some other part of the world, it's much more slippery. So in Europe, we only have a kind of slippery indoor, and for me, it's a very great place to train because you can take more risk, you improve a lot your corner. So training on indoor for me is something like super important. It's also much more fun. So having a lot of indoor training is very cool. If you're from US and you can practice indoor, then it's amazing for your corner because you get the grip. You will probably get very good technique for the corners, but you cannot do only indoor also. So the kind of secret is to be able to alternate between outdoor and indoor training. I use the indoor to make my corner as good as possible and to get a lot of fun, and the outdoor part is more to get something about getting the good straight line move and to get physically more strong. There is an event next month. Okay, let us know, Zephyris, where is the event next month and where, so we can. Okay, one more question. Well, I'm from Mexico and I'm looking forward to learn the double push. I don't know how to start. Can you make video to teach double push? Yeah, I start to make video about double push, but I couldn't did the end of the series, so I plan to have a series with 2 or 3 videos. And the first part I show was about creating a double contact to the ground. The second video will be about how to generate the under push. So there is few different ways to do the double push. It's quite a complex video to do. You can do your double push through pushing on your legs and using your quads, and you can do the double push also pushing inside with your glutes. So it's a little bit 2 different technique. Some skater were using more the technique with using the quad. I was more using the glutes. So I need to make this video, but at the moment I need good condition, like a better weather, little warmer, less rain. And now my shoes are working very good, so I can really make a better double push. With the shoes I had before, it was very hard to do it good on 3 times 125. But now I think I will be able to do it. It's just question of time. I hope the weather get fine before end of December. Okay, Zephyris, I'm from the US. So okay, for the indoor in US, it's perfect for training, but it's not only this, it's very important to do both. If you can do indoor and outdoor, then I think it's the best. Endurance for marathon. Fitness is very important for all age group skater. Fitness is quite important, depend of your goal. Like if your question is about getting through marathon, and thinking about fitness is important, but the most important in skating, it's a question for Mystery Daval. Sorry if I don't tell the name good. Fitness is important, but it's more important to focus on the technique actually, especially if you're speaking about some kids, even for adults. Making the basic of agility, getting good control on your skates for landing the skates and doing good outside edge is super important, much more than being super fit. So if you get fit before getting the technique, it will be super hard to learn the technique. If you can get the technique before getting fit, you will have much more feedback on how to skate good. So because if you build your muscle first or your fitness first, then you will try to skate using this muscular or this fitness and not using some good technique. So it's a danger to think first to develop your fitness, and I suggest it's more important to focus first on the technique and then develop your fitness. Hello from Minsk. Hello from Argentina. I just got back from the gym doing the super leg workout. Okay, that's good. How many series did you do, Zephyris? Hello from Florida. So yeah, and also for the question from Mystery, so fitness is important, especially when you get older, but really the technique is super important for the younger one. So if you're from India, I know that India they train really a lot. Sometimes when I was in India, I see the kids they train more than the adults in Europe. So, and especially on the fitness part, but the most important is really to develop the ability on the skate. Question for Go Fix Mix. So how fast to practice the technique? Quite fast or really slow? I think it's important to learn it quite slow. It's easier to control the movement. So when you do the endurance, for example, you can also focus on when we say technique, it's how good you can control your movement and how much precision you can put in your movement. So it's better to do it with a lot of repetitions. Endurance training is good for this, but you have to also move quite slow. When you sprint, you don't want to think so much about technique. You just want to go fast. So it's very hard to focus so much on the technique. So it's better to learn it slow, but then you also have to work it fast later. When you can be under control by going slow, then you go a little bit faster until you reach your higher speed. But yeah, you have to start with a slow move. The problem also is sometimes when you go too slow, it's very hard to do the good technique. Like I like to go to, I think for me the best way to find the right technique is going around 30 kilometers an hour. If you skate like 20 kilometers an hour, you will get a very different feeling for the technique, and I'm not sure you will get the right feeling. So I suggest to try to get a speed around the 30 kilometers an hour. So it depends also of what kind of skate you use, where you skate, and so on. And if you have opportunity to skate on a nice pavement and easy road to get speed, then 30 kilometers is really perfect. Under this, it's a little bit harder to get a good feeling. Question from Nicolas. My foot pads on my left foot do hurt since months, since I depend of how it hurts on your left foot. It can be the way you set up your frame on your left foot. It can have consequence, or it can also, if the pain is kind of in the back of your foot, it's possible it's the way you land your skate. So I don't have enough detail in your question to really answer good, but if it's in the back of the foot, it's probably the landing. If it's on other part of the foot, it can be the setting of your frame and shoes that is creating problem. Or it's if you have standard skate, maybe it doesn't fit so good in some part of your foot, so you have to modable the shoes. And if it's custom shoes, you also have to work a bit the carbon in those area who hurt. But I know many skaters, they have a pain in the foot when they skate, and they let the problem go. For me, when I have a pain in my foot, I work on it straight and I try to find a solution. I try to move a bit the carbon, I try to move a bit something in the shoes, I try to change the lacing till I find the solution. And also I protect my foot with the little injury if it's something about the skin, which is I think very often the first 2 weeks when you get new skate. One more question from Ice Taxlow. What is the furthest distance you have skate in one skate? So I don't really know, but basically I can skate as long as I want on one skate till my muscle don't suffer too much. But I really have no problem of balance on one skate, so I could go very long on one skate, I think. And it's one of the basic. You need to be good on one skate. It's super important, and I think yeah, it's a good question because working the ability on one skate is super important. Yesterday I was making a training session with a Spanish guy who was coming to Toulouse. He asked if he could skate a bit with me, and he had a problem to control his edge, and we did a lot of workout on one leg, some kind of slalom. And I will have a video coming before the end of the month about this. So I have no idea how long I could skate on one leg. Maybe there is a challenge to start, but basically I can stay almost as long as I want on one skate. Merry Christmas from London. Yes, Argentina. I hope I could visit again soon. I was in Mar del Plata in '97 for World Championship. That was great. I am here for my son. He's 6 to 8 age group, quad skater, and he regularly watch the video. Thank you. That's good. I try to do a bit video of quad, a bit video of inline. Very cool, this live. Thank you. I feel like a muscle adaptation sync. Okay, so that was our answer from Nicolas about the pain. If it's the pain, sometimes you can have pain also like in the arch of the, maybe it's this, there is, if the carbon is putting pressure on the arch, it's super painful. It's really something hard. And some brand of skate, they have a different arch under the shoes, under the, in the carbon, and it can be painful. There is not really a special solution I know about this, unfortunately. The bending, like depend also the shape of your foot. Like if you have a banana foot or a flat foot, it's very different. And if it's custom shoes, it shouldn't happen. If it's standard shoes, maybe the brand you have is not fitting so good, or you have to warm a bit the shoes. How much cost to do a semi-custom versus custom boot? So technically, you see many brands that start to do also semi-custom. I don't really like the idea, because when it's like semi-custom, or you will not get the perfect precision in the shoes, or you will get a softer carbon. And for me, to be able to get a cool and a good balance, you really need to have precision custom boot with a strong carbon. Semi-custom will give you like half of the feeling. So I think it's better to try to maybe save more energy or save more money way to get a fake custom boot. But I have not seen so many very good semi-custom. It would be it's more, semi-custom would be more close to a standard shoes that you can eat more edible. I don't know how to say this good, that you can eat compared to a custom shoes that is normally done good after 2 or 3 tries. When will be released the second Super Leg video? I didn't start to do it yet, because it takes me like 1 hour to film the video about, and 1 hour to edit. But I hope to do the second one next week. I'm just thinking at the moment which exercise I will put in it and which topics, so it can fit to the period of training. You are the best. Thank you. Thank you. Do you speak Arabic? No, sorry, I don't speak Arabic. I can speak English and Spanish, a little bit of German too, but not Arabic, unfortunately. When are you visiting India for coaching? I don't know yet. I would like to come again next year. Maybe in another city, I don't know. Maybe in New Delhi. I have to find with some of my friends in India how to manage to organize a camp there. Your video are very inspiring for me and my family. Thank you. I really do this because I like to share the passion of skating, and I have very good many feedback telling it's inspiring people for skating, so it makes me really happy and it gives me more motivation to do more video. What is the perfect body weight for a speed skater? For inline speed skater, we see many skater. The good point is like you can be a very different body shape to skate good. I see many people who are like 10 kilo less than the size. Like if you're 1.80 m, many skaters they're around 80 to 82 kilograms. So that's, but there is no basic. I can see some skaters that are going really fast. The sprinter will be a little more heavy. They can be 1.70 m and 68 kilos. So many different profiles are working. What's important is not to get for sure too much extra weight, and also not get too thin, because if you get too thin, you can lose some power, and if you're too heavy, you have some extra kilo to hold, so it's costing a lot of energy. But there is no rules telling speed skater is this size and this weight. So for example, when I was skating, I was 72 kilo and for 1 meter 83 size, and I was 72 in my best shape. Like my top shape was exactly between 72.4 and 72.8. When I was there, it was perfect for me, but I could stay like only 3 weeks in the year at this weight. If I stay too long, more than 3 weeks, around 72.4, 72.8, then I would get more chance to get injury or sick. So it's just for the World Championship I was getting so low. Will you do a video about how to build a training program? Yes, it's also in the plan. I don't know when I will start to do those. I will first do a video about how I was doing my training program when I was training for the World Championship, because I think it's interesting. I had a quite specific way to do my training in those days, and I don't see many people doing this now. So I think it's interesting to share what I was doing, even if it was almost 15 years ago or 20 years ago. And later on, yeah, if I will take time to do some video to how to do the training program. But first, as you can see, I really focus a lot about the technique, because for me, this is really the most important. I see so many clubs, so many people in different countries focusing on how to make the perfect program and train the perfect fitness without having the basics like the agility and focusing on the technique. So I really want to push first that in the message that the technique is super important. Have you ever tried soda loading? I'm not sure I understand this, but I don't drink soda, like very not often. I was drinking too much probably before, but in those days I don't drink so much soda. Okay. My son wants to attempt your session. Yeah, I will try to let you know when I will be in India. I have no idea yet, but I have a few contacts who are helping me to make training camps there. Hi Pascal, can we use wedge to get more outside, I guess, more outside push? Yes, basically the things are changing a bit in the technique. Before we had kind of small wheels, and with 84 millimeters, 100 millimeters, and 110, we can still get some good wedge, some good edges, and especially on the outside edge. With 125, it seems when I look the other people's train and the top athletes, and when I see how my technique evolved now on 125, I don't use so much edge as before, especially outside edge. So I try to see exactly how much we have to take for this. Also 110 millimeters, we can take good outside edge. It's very easier for the double push. With 125, I find out that it's harder to make the double push, and I use less outside edge. But you still need to have some. So what's your secret to keep your barb? Just I shave it like normally sometime. I like your channel, good technical stuff, thank you. Which wheels for indoor training use versus outdoor? So it's a question from Ralph. Depend if you're speaking about indoor in Europe or indoor in USA. I don't know so much about the indoor in USA for the wheels. I know they are different, but in Europe we just use the same wheels outdoor and indoor. Basically, the Code White are very good, so most of the time we use this. So I need to plug because I have not much battery left also. So it's going a little bit fast because there is a lot of questions. I was not expecting so many questions, but it's very good. Thank you for joining this. A little reminder. For Christmas, you can win this pair of skate. It's a Pulse skate. It's a Pulse skate, 3 times 125. If you share your favorite video from my channel on your YouTube, on your Facebook, for example, and tag me in, The 25 December, I will tell which one will win this pair of skate. I don't know, I have to go back to the question. Which socket? So like I told you, if it's a European indoor, we use the same in indoor and outdoor. If it's in US, I know there is some specific wheels for the indoor, but I'm not very specialist of this. I would like to race a NSC once to be able to get how I do there, but I only skate one time in US indoor, so I don't know much about it, and it was like 25 years ago. When will you make the next skater data video? That was good. I really like to do this. So the data I got, I just asked the skater the information, and they accept to share me. So I make little videos. So probably it will not come during winter because there is not many races, and I'm able to do this when I can meet a group of skater during a race. So probably around March, April, there will be some more race where I could go, and then I will make one more of those because I think it was interesting. Is 1 hour training in a rink and 1 hour training on road is enough for fast skating? So depend what you mean fast skating, but if you skate 2 times a week, it's enough just to keep your level. If you're not advanced skater, but you can have the kids, they can keep the level with 2 trainings a week. If you want to progress, you need to work at least and to train at least 3 times a week. That's where you start to have progress. But walking on 1 hour on a rink and 1 hour on a road, it's already quite good, because the rink you can get a lot of skills for the corners and the road more for the straight line. But yeah, with 2 times, if it's 2 times a week, it's not enough to get like a national level probably. Hi Pascal, thank you for your vlog. Will you attempt on Barcelona Roller Games? Yes, I will be in Barcelona Roller Games, of course. No way I can miss this. For me, it will be the biggest skating event in the world. I'm thinking of this every day. I will not be there as a skater, but I will be there for my work with the French Skating Federation. But I will meet a lot of skaters there, but I'm happy I can be there, and I'm so excited about this event. It will be the best of the best for sure. What's the next question? Please upload video of technique and exercise from start of season to up to competition. Yeah, that would be interesting to make. We had one question a bit like this about how to create the program of the season. So I will need times to do this also. So maybe I will try to do something in January about it. But I need to find some good information and find a way to do a good video about it. Hi Pascal, which training do you recommend for better ankle stability? So this is a very important question. So most of the people, they struggle with this. I really like just to do some quite basic exercise, and actually the video I filmed yesterday was a little bit about this. But you have to do slalom on 1 foot and repeat really a lot of different slalom, and also do some little jump on 1 foot. So it's quite basic, but the 2 things I do is the slalom on 1 foot and little jump on 1 foot. And you have to repeat a lot till you get a good stability. The slalom on 1 foot will help you to get the control of the edge, and the little jump will give you the stability of the ankle mainly. So it's really important to do, and most of the people, they just skip this training and just go on making more kilometers, but it's really the basic. If you don't have this set from the start, there is very small chance you get enough control on your skate to go faster later. What do you think about the Trinity frame in competition? So I think it's good. I've seen most of the skaters, they don't use it, but some of the power slide skaters, they use it. I think it's a question of feeling. About it gives probably a better push. My skate, they are not Trinity at the moment. I test some on the Trinity with the Pulse skate. So what it gives, for me, it's slowing down a bit the edge to edge in the front part of the foot. So it's very good to get more control on the edge to edge. So I think this is a very interesting part, and it's really helped to get a good push. So I got also more feeling about the push for this, but at the moment my racing skate are not Trinity, so I cannot really compare with a lot of precision all the feeling. What are the best wheels for marathon and track? So actually, I don't make difference between wheels that we use on track or on road or for marathon. Sometimes the wheels, they work very good for both, for every surface, or they don't work good at all. But most of the time, at the moment, let's say that the MPC are working better for track, and the Mater, they are working better for the road and marathon. This is the main tendency we can see with the top skater worldwide. So as I'm doing almost only marathon, I use only Mater at the moment. But I remember when I was racing on track, I really like the MPC in the corner. Question in French. An exercise I did to restart skating after a long injury for the groin muscle. So, une blessure, quelqu'un qui s'est blessé pour les adducteurs, et comment reprendre l'entraînement. So first I do it in English and then I do it in French. It's for Maxime. So when you got groin muscle injury, so I know it's very good because every year when I was an athlete, I got this kind of injury when you do starts. And it's super important to check with the doctor that the muscle is not stretched anymore. You need to make sure that it's fixed good before you restart. And when you restart, you have to do only slow workout like endurance to get some confidence back. So your brain can accept to do the move good. And slowly, you can do faster and faster, but it's a quite long process to accept and make sure that there is no more trouble. So as soon as you come back from this kind of injury, it's not good to straight do some acceleration or straight do some start. It's better to take time and be patient. Allez, en français maintenant. Donc moi, j'étais plutôt habitué à ce genre de blessure parce que je me faisais souvent mal aux adducteurs. Et du coup, il faut vraiment prendre son temps. Il faut d'abord être sûr avec une échographie, par exemple, que la blessure, elle est bien guérie. Et ensuite, quand tu reprends, si c'était pour une déchirure, il faut bien prendre son temps et pas faire d'accélération brutale. Si c'est donc là pour une type pubalgie, ça c'est vraiment un peu tricky comme blessure, c'est un peu vicieux, c'est que ça vient, ça part. Je pense pas vraiment avoir eu de pubalgie un jour, mais j'ai eu c'était un peu chronique aussi comme ça. Et je pense qu'il faut... Bon, j'ai pas de méthode magique pour la pubalgie, mais en tout cas, toutes les douleurs d'adducteurs, elles sont vraiment horribles. Et moi, quand c'est ça, je vous recommande surtout de faire de l'endurance et de la technique, et pas d'accélération, et pas de démarrage, de départ arrêté dans cette période. Ça, c'est sûr. If you look at your account, it looks to be the giveaway because I have a fake account just to speak. I don't understand so much. What are the exercises to improve cardio and lung capacity? So that's a quite complex system to develop all the fitness part. The cardio can be a very different way to develop the cardio, but basically you need to develop your endurance first. So for me, I was doing almost 3 months of just endurance with a quite slow speed, but some quite long station with 1 hour 15 on the skate. The lung capacity, it's very linked to this, but now you can also improve this with some specific exercise, which I'm not very good specialist. But the cardio, most important is first to create a strong base for endurance, so you get a good recovery for training more interval later. So if I have to answer quite short and fast to this kind of things, is the more endurance you can do in the off season, the better it will be to recover later and to train more intense workout. Will you be in Trois-Pistes this year? Yes, I think I will be in Trois-Pistes this year again. It's my favorite race in Europe on track. I really love that we race on the classic old style track. It's 3 different tracks, 3 different days, and the qualities from the skater are different. So it's really show a very strong skater when someone can win this ranking, for me it's amazing, because that means he's very technical and good on very different conditions. I was trying to follow your tips about double contact. It makes me feel tired more, but I don't feel gaining speed. Yes, it's normal this, because when you have the double contact part, maybe in the video I say you have to do it as long as possible, but it was more in the idea of doing long enough. But if maybe you do it too long and it's killing your legs. Technically, the double push is not something depend of the speed you're going, but to go to a regular speed with the big wheels now, it's not something that will make you save so much energy. It's so you can feel more tired with the double push, especially if you do a good double contact at the moment. So you don't feel the gain of speed immediately, because the gain of speed will come from the way you will do the under push. So it's gonna be the next video, but I still didn't make it yet. It will come quite soon, I hope, if the weather conditions are good to make it. So also for me, making this double contact and this good under push for a good double push make me a little bit more tired, but it makes me also be able to reach higher speed. So the game is changing a bit now, because with 125 we are using a lot less, we use a lot less double push than before. So I hope I can make those videos quite soon, because there is just so many questions about this every day. Would be nice if you could attempt the 24-hour race in Netherlands. Yes, I know this race. It's cool. I do the one in Le Mans sometimes. Next year I will not be able, because it will be a roller games at the same time. I hope I can come one time to do it in Netherlands, because I really love this country because of the ice skating also. But training for the 24-hour race, it's hard, so I need to be prepared also. What do you think about slide surface for training during the bad weather? Do you mean slide surface is like, if you mean if it's like wet, or if it's like a planche sliding board maybe? So I want to do video about this little bit, maybe in the Super Leg series, could be interesting. I like it because you can work a bit the technique, not the perfect technique, but still you can work at least the good position. So it's very interesting for this. Having a good position for skating is very important. So when it's raining, it's good. It's a good way to have a training. It's better than doing nothing, of course. But also sometimes it's good to skate when it's raining. So I don't recommend this for sure always. But I really liked to train in the rain, because it gives you some more feeling about the grip and the push. So training sometime with bad weather is not a bad option also. Hey Pascal, will you attempt to do the 24 hours Le Mans in solo? Yeah, I would love to do it. Actually, I won almost every distance in Le Mans, in a duo with team of 5, with team of 10. And I only never won in solo. But I'm not strong enough in my head yet to get ready for this. I know how hard it is when I see the solo skater do it. They perform really good, and if I do it, I really want to do it and perform at my best. So I need to train, but my head is not ready to train enough for this yet. Okay, we have I think a few more minutes for this. Let's say 10 more minutes. How to train for quick start on quad skate. Okay, I never make video about training for the start yet. I should start to think of this. I had many times this question, but I didn't get. I'm not doing starts anymore actually, because I don't want to get injured in my groin muscle, which is my weak point. That's why I don't do start. But I should be able to do maybe during next season when it's warmer some video about this, and maybe I will use another good skater that is very good for start to this. Please upload video about enhancing lung capacity and cardio. Yeah, I will try to do this when like some other people ask. about how to create a good training. Basically, there is just one video I did about this, was the training, my favorite training, when I was doing 20 minutes warm up and 2 times 10 minutes, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. It's one of my favorite training that helps to get a good cardio for marathon, and also good lung capacity. But I need to prepare more video about this. Thank you, Pascal. Looking for the next double push video. I really need to make this one soon. Do you have to correct your lace before a race once more? Yeah, that's a good question. I see this more and more, like everybody's doing this before the race, and I also do it. But I also do see many skaters who do the lace many times during one training. So I try to, so the laces quality is quite important. Actually, you can find some laces that have a bit of glue in it. I don't know how you call this exactly in English. They are most of the time yellow and with some little glue in it, and they stay longer in good position. And I think it's important to have good laces, so you don't have to redo your laces like 20 times during a training. But also, like before a race, I will always, like 5 minutes before the start, I will do my laces again. But not just before the start, because if you break it before the start, it's too stressful. So I would do it kind of at least with a timing that I have enough time to change the laces if it breaks. Okay, so I got, it's already 50 minutes we do this. Let's say we do again 3 more minutes of question. I try to look if I didn't forget. How many minutes do you warm up before the race, and what is the approximate heart rate by the warm up? Very good question also. So before the race, it depends on what kind of race. If you do a sprint or if you do a marathon. I like to warm up, when I was racing at top level, I would warm up at least for 1 hour before a race, and especially for the sprint. And I was doing very different kind of warm up. So you warm up your articulation, you warm up your muscle, and you warm up your heart rate, like you say. So I try to reach as much as possible for the heart rate part, the intensity close to the one I will reach for the race, but for a very short period of time, because otherwise you can get tired from it. So, but you have to try to go to an effort that is similar or equal to what's going to happen in the race. For marathon, it can depend also of the race. So if you feel it's going to start easier, you can use the beginning of the race to warm up. But if you feel it's gonna start fast, then you need to be ready and reactive. So you need to warm up very good before. So most of the time I warm up for 1 hour. My warm up is different now, also because of the age. I'm getting older, and it takes more time for me to feel ready. So if I want to avoid injury, I need to take more time to warm up before my races. Do you have to correct your lace? I already. Have you considered making video about leaning into the corner? Yes, that's a super important point. When I was at work recently for an indoor training, I spoke a lot about this. I find out that many skaters, they lean too much in the corner sometimes. So leaning in the corner is also linked to how much grip you can generate with your wheels underground. So if you lean too much compared to the grip you can get, I think it's not so good. It's not a very good idea. So I like to lean a little more my skate than my body. And I make sure that I have enough, I lean little less than what I can get as a grip. So if this question is important for indoor in Europe, if it's indoor in US, I think you have much more grip than in Europe, so you can lean more. If it's a question about how to lean in the corner for marathon, I lean a little bit, but not like crazy in the corner also, because I want to make sure I keep a good pressure on my skate. So I will make a video about leaning in the corner, probably for road first and maybe for indoor. And leaning in the corner for track, it's a little more technical because the information can be different up to one track to another. If the track is banked a little more, you have to lean a little less. If the track is flat, you have to lean a little more. What was the best time you did on a 42K marathon? The best time I did, I think was 52 minutes something. It was a long time ago in a marathon won by Michael Lanesval from Team Salomon in Engadine. But it's a bit tricky time because this marathon, it's a little bit downhill the whole way. There is a delta of 400 meters between the start and the finish. And we had backwind those days, so I think it's 52 minutes something, which is extremely fast. And recently, like when I restarted skating 2 years ago, my best time was 1 hour and few seconds. And it was in Berlin, but when you can sit good in the pack, sit in the middle of the leading pack, you can get a very good time in Berlin like this. How to prepare a marathon for 16 years old? Very good question. I really like that some young skaters, they start thinking marathon. And marathon, for most of the marathon, you have to be very good in the pack actually, because you get much more people around you. So the best way to prepare for a marathon is first to get very good skills on how to move in the pack and how to use the other. So that's the best way to do. You can look the video I did about Berlin Marathon. I comment all the race and all the action I did during the race. So that's some skills you need to develop. And if you are training most of the time alone, even 16 years old, you can do my favorite training with the 30 seconds. But maybe instead of doing it for 2 times 10 minutes workouts, you can do a little bit shorter, like 6 to 8 minutes, and have a little more rest in between. Is it good idea to move from 2-point mount to 3-point mount? So if you're thinking of the 3-point mount with the Trinity, depend of your shoes actually. If you have a custom shoes that is fitting really cool and you have very good feeling in it, then I don't think it's a good idea to change and you have to keep your shoes. If your feeling in your 2-point mount shoes is not super good, if you don't have a very good precision in the feeling, then it's not bad to change to a 3-point. And Trinity for this will help you to get more pressure on the ground probably, and maybe more control on your edge. What was in a giveaway? The giveaway is a pair of skate. It's this skate actually. It's a size 43 pulse skate with a Trinity frame, mount system, and wheels, Infinity Plus, and a bearing. I don't know. It's a wicked bearing inside. So if you share your favorite video from my YouTube channel on your Facebook, you tag me in so I can see that you share it. The 25 December. I will tell you which one won this pair of skate. Size 43, European size. Okay, I think we are almost good with it. It's 1 hour live. I will try to do this sometime. Thanks for being with me for this live. It was cool. I like it. Even if I could do it only from my phone, I think it worked fine enough. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for following the channel. Yeah, it's many different country following. Really appreciate that. And next video will be Friday, and it's gonna be one of the training I did in Nonsan in Korea. And Monday video will be something about corner technique actually. So thank you everybody, and see you soon again for next live or in the comment from the different video. Have a good day. Bye bye.